Welcome everyone. My name is Akayemi and I'm a solo explorer. I love traveling, nature, knowledge, and healthy overall well-being. This channel is a way for me to document and share a piece of my experience with you. Thank you for being here and engaging, subscribing, and liking my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. I was just thinking here recently that whenever there is a power outage and there is no, or even if there's no cell phone service or electricity, and you can't use your stove, you can't turn on any lights, how do people survive? And so I was thinking that I am going to start making sure that I have everything that is needed as if I was living off grid. And so I have a lot of the things that I already would be able to survive with if that was the case. I don't have a desire to really be off grid, like in the woods or anything like that. But I admire people that can live off grid because they have everything necessary. I want to try to share with you some of the things that I think are really necessary to be able to live off grid. Let me know in the comments if there are things that I also should consider. The first thing that I know I need to get is a solar panel. Solar panels are very expensive, but the sun is going to shine at some point in time, right? So if that's the case and you have a solar panel and you can charge up the things that you need, then you would definitely want to have that. And so it's considered an investment, basically. I already have a portable battery, but that thing has to get charged if I use it. If there was no power to charge up the battery, how would I do it? Solar panel is the main thing that I believe that everybody should try to invest in. And if you were to go somewhere like maybe a camping spot and there was no electricity, then you could use your solar panel. Now, I do know that if it's cloudy, it is a little bit difficult to charge up anything when the sun is not out, but the sun will shine at some point in time. So, it's better to have it than not to have it. So what you're seeing right here is me testing out for the very first time the Sunjack 60-watt solar panel. Now this is affordable one for people to begin, testing out solar panels, but it's not the one that I intend on having later. I do intend on getting one that is at least 200 watts, but this is good enough to at least be able to charge my laptop, my iPad, my cell phones, and even my small battery that I use to charge my cell phones. I would not look for this to charge up my EB3A, even though it could, but it would take probably forever to get that done. So this is me testing it out, and it's a very cloudy day when I'm testing this. So it's not showing me exactly what it can really do because it's so cloudy and it's going to be cloudy for the remainder of the week. So it's starting off at 17%, and I just wanted to see what percentage I could get with it being so cloudy outside. I figured a way to try to set this up because it's not really sunny out at all. It's a lot of cloud coverage. And so I just wanted to see how I could set this up. in my backyard just to see it work when it's really cloudy outside. It's still charging, but it hasn't moved. I don't know if you can see that, but that's where the sun is, behind the clouds, behind the trees. I would definitely use my EB3A and this charger to charge up my devices to begin with. But if I wanted to use them for something else, then I would, or if they ran out, then my hope would be that I could use the solar panel to recharge both of these. But because it's only 60 watts, I don't know how well it would work and how fast it would work for these. This time I moved it to the side of the house because the sun is over here now, and it finally charged an additional percentage. So it's at 19% now with the sun and where it's positioned. Unfortunately, it is not going to get any better, as you can see, but it is enough for me to understand exactly how this thing will work when it's the worst conditions. I know I've said it multiple times before in other videos, but whenever you do buy any products or any devices that you're going to be using for car camping or solo travel, it is always good to test it out, trial and error while you're home, so you really have a better understanding of how it works in general. And that's kind of what I was doing today, just trying to see if in the worst conditions, how will this work? And so that gives me an idea of where I need to use it and at what point in time do I need to attempt to charge a device that is running out of battery. I'm gonna try it. Trying to psych myself up to go all the way down. I'm thinking I'm gonna do it. Don't know. Can I do these stairs? That is the question. Another item that you would want to have for living off grid or being caught somewhere and you can't, get to anything, meaning your car break down, because I want to do a lot of cross-country traveling. And if my car were to break down and I couldn't get to anybody, I would definitely want to have a satellite phone, a sleeping bag, and a sleeping bag that's good for cold temperatures. I prefer to use electric to cook food and everything, but you always have to have some kind of thing that will start up a fire. So anything like lighters or, at least the thing that it's a flint, I believe, that you use to start a fire, at least have that. Because sometimes you may not be able to charge up and use anything that is battery powered. Extra batteries, definitely. You would also need something to cut with. So useful tools, definitely. A saw, a hammer, screwdriver, axe. All of the basic tools would be good to have always in case you need to chop down some trees, cut some wood. I would also think that it would be important to have a first aid kit. And first aid kit and things like, I know that everybody can't just automatically have an antibiotic, but some forms of antibiotics, something for the pain like Tylenol, or things that help with queasiness, things like that would be a good idea to have in an emergency. Of course, non-perishable foods and a water filter, some source of light, flashlights, even candles if you can carry them or have them available. But those are some of the basic things that I think are very important to have for living off grid. The water filter is so important anyway, because if you're hiking and you come across some water, you would want to be able to filter that water out. You can never have too many things that will help protect you. So whatever that looks like for you, have it available. I also think it's a good idea to have a tarp, because a tarp comes in useful for moments where you need to block the wind, block the rain. And if you don't have a tent, then you could try to use a tarp and maybe having some forms of bungee or rope that you can use to tie things. And by any means necessary, get a compass. Get a compass and a paper map. They are still useful today. I'm trying to think of all the things that I would definitely want to have with me if I were taking a trip, because since I do a lot of solo traveling, I just need to just be prepared, because you just don't know what might happen. And if you don't have things, yeah, you can be creative and come up with things, but I think those things that I've mentioned are at least the basics. Those are the basics of the things that you would want to have if you're traveling by yourself. I would hope that I could make it where all of the things that are very, very important could fit in a backpack. And the reason why I say that is because if I had to abandon my vehicle for some reason, Lord, please don't let that ever happen. But the things that I need that are really an emergency, my hope would be that it could always fit in a backpack. And it wouldn't be so heavy that I couldn't carry it if I needed to. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, I would love it if you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to all of those who have already subscribed to my channel, and to all those who will in the future. I really appreciate you. Y'all have a great one. And as always, good mental health, good spiritual health, and good physical health. Y'all take great care.